Hi, I'm Tia West, and this is my information literacy scenario comparison and reflection. So we are supposed to compare our first week's video where we did the same thing to this one. The first thing I want to say in the first week module 1 video, I really didn't know what I was doing, so I was really just winging it. The first big huge difference I know I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to do a web search or a Google search, because as we have learned, you might not get the most reliable sources, and it's more reliable to use a database from either the library or like Google Scholar, which are probably the two I'm going to use for this assignment in general. So to save time, I've already got some of my stuff ready because this is not a long video. So the first thing I would search is exactly what we wanted to find out. Advancements in space exploration technology. I know this is a very broad search. I will have to use filters or Boolean operators to really um, get the type of research I want. But it's good. I think it's good to just start broad and kind of narrow it down. Sometimes if you start too narrow, I've learned, or don't use the right word choice, you're not going to get anything. And that was a big thing I had to learn, is that it's going to take a lot of searches sometimes to get exactly what you want. And that's okay. Um, oh, it's telling me to sign in. I'm already signed in, but not a big deal. Give me 1 second. Technology sometimes doesn't load as fast as we want. Okay, now I'm signed back in. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just looking. I like to come over here where it says filter results. So I really, okay, well, hold on. I selected peer-reviewed journals just because I do like to use peer-reviewed journals as much as possible because, as we have learned, those are pretty reliable. But my biggest filter I use a lot is the publication date, because if you're looking for recent advancements and you're going way far back, they're not recent. So I always try and do no more than 5 years. So I did 21, and it automatically filled in 2026 since we're so close, I'm sure. So then I go down, not really finding exactly what I'm looking for, but that's okay. So sometimes what I like to do is just go to advanced search, and then so I have advancements in space exploration technology. Um, so what I sometimes like to do is just do that and then make advancements its own word, just to see, because sometimes it's really all about that wording, I've noticed. And then I go to search. Ooh, oh, I see what I did. I want these words to stay together. Okay. Okay, recent advancements in space exploration technology significantly increased the number of diverse satellites in orbit. Let's go see what this says. See if it's worth. So then again, I can go to the full text. Oh, see, and sometimes this happens. See if it's gonna pull up. There we go. So usually I would read the whole thing, but because we only have so long and I still need to do my reflection also, I'm just going to read the abstract. Okay. This. Okay, so it kind of tells us a problem that recent advancements in space exploration technology um, has posed challenges because of diverse satellites. That could be a really good article. So then I'm going to just copy the DOI and paste it to my Word document so then I can go and build the reference sheet later. So I've done the library and I didn't really get what I wanted, so then I will leave those up just in case. But then I have this. I already did it in my Google Scholar. I already had it ready just so I knew I could have it. And then I have it in a custom range since 2021 just to make sure. Um, so, space exploration for earthly benefits, satellite technology industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Okay, could be cool. Essential technologies and concepts for massive space exploration, challenges and opportunities. Ooh, this one could be a good one. Let's go. I like to go in, click it. So again, I'm just reading the abstract. Very skillful. Okay, this talks about embarking on new programs, aiming for more exploration of space. Um, so this one sounds like it could be a good one. Again, obviously, if I had more time, I would. Oh, I have to sign in. Uh, oh, okay. Well, I don't have that, but I'm still gonna use this one, so I'm just gonna copy this. Obviously, if I was really doing a research paper, I would get access to it and do that. But for now, for this thing, and to save time, no. So then I go back. Internet of Things and Space, a review of opportunities and challenging from space living, progress challenges, soft robotics for space applications, agriculture. See, and now I'm kind of getting stuff that's outside of space. Um, so here it has a related search, space exploration technology industry. That might be a good one. Ooh, okay. So the privatization of space exploration, business technology, law, and something else. Um, and policy. See, it was published in 2008. So let me do this since 2021. Um, Industrially, information integration in deep space exploration and exploitation, architecture and technology. Um, that would be a good one. It talks about how exploitation have provided a lot of deep and orbital space information that is beneficial for not only the next space mission. So this one really touches on some of those issues that we asked about. I could access this through my organization, but since for this, I'm going to just copy. And again, most of these are probably come from Google Scholar just because I didn't find a lot on the library and I only have a limited time. So I just want to make sure. Ooh, the legal framework for space exploration, benefits and threats for the Earth. Again, I think this is a good one. Obviously, I would dig deeper in if I had more time. I'm going to copy the link. It comes from Science Direct. I used it in another one. I think Science Direct is pretty good. And it's kind of from the same website my other one is. So Science Direct might be a really good website. But I'm pretty sure I used Science Direct in another paper I was looking at, or a journal. And then the Gateway as a building block for space organization and development. This is from NASA. Obviously, NASA's probably one of the most reliable sources about space. Um, talks about not really what I wanted, but so then we can change it and then we could do um, commercial space industry. So here's one about commercial satellite industry in the context of the global space economy launchpad to off-world future. Okay, so I think this one sounds like a good one. So again, if I had more time, I would definitely go more in deep. So there's my 5. I will get the thing. The next part of the video is my reflection of the class. So I went ahead and wrote these down just so I wouldn't do a lot of ums and I could really remember what I wanted to say. So the first question says, what did you learn in the course that you didn't already know? And I wrote, I learned the importance of looking more in depth at sources during research, as sometimes you cannot tell if your sources are reliable and non biased until you have done further research. I guess before I just thought, oh, if it looks professional, it's probably reliable, and that's not true. Another thing that I forgot to add is now I know how to use databases. I really hadn't used databases for this course, so to me, that was super important that I learned. What were the most important takeaways from this course? It is important to use appropriate databases to find research information. They usually have the most reliable articles about your intended research topic, and it's an easy way to get a lot of research in one go. How did this course relate or impact any other areas of your life or studies? The biggest one is I'm in an upper level writing class also this semester, so it absolutely helped me with that. I was able to translate what you taught me for the research part to that class, and it helped me feel more prepared to do the annotated bibliography and the research for my paper over there. Um, Were the strategy, skills, and procedures of the course effective? I do think they were effective, like previously mentioned. They helped me in my other class, but they also have given me a different look on how I approach news articles and topics when doing research. Did one particular activity assignment help you learn more than others? Why? I think this one helped me learn more than others because it helped me take things not as face value. So the fake news game is one of the ones I learned the most from. Really taught me the importance of doing in-depth research. There are companies that make money just by using fake news, and I guess I just didn't realize how big of a thing that was. And so I think that's something that I really helped me with my research. What do you think you will remember from about this course in 5 years? I think I'm going to remember how to navigate online databases with a better understanding. And before this class, most of my research was done by Google searching. I now know that's not very effective. And again, the fake news thing I think will always stick with me. If you could do this course over, what would you do differently? I would definitely try to dedicate more time to this course. It was hard to juggle everything that I had on my plate between my work responsibilities, my other classes, my home responsibilities. It kind of inhibited me from learning the material to my true potential. I think if I had dedicated more time to this, I would have had an easier time completing things. My time management was just not great this year, and that's totally on me. What suggestions do you have for the instructor to change or improve this course? I really couldn't think of anything. And then the biggest thing I thought that maybe needed a little improvement was just like when we were doing the annotated bibliography, I felt like the reflections and assessment parts were hard to understand. And maybe it's just because that's just how my brain works. And so I just really had trouble understanding those. I don't know if more examples would have helped or what, but overall, I think this was a great course. And I really appreciate your hard work and dedication. And you were always very kind. And, you really were accommodating when I needed it, and you were just very kind and flexible. And I thank you. And I really have learned a lot in this course. I will finish getting my APA style references and I will turn this assignment in. Thank you.